Looking at the world today, people do normally look around and search for the terms such as how it is like to live in New Zealand, or weather in New Zealand, and things like that. So while in this video I'm going to talk about things which will help you to decide, or if you are looking to migrate to New Zealand, what are some positives and negatives of living in New Zealand. So if you are interested in this video, please watch this video to the end, because there are some very important things that I want you to know before you decide to make your move. Since the borders are closed currently and unsure when are they going to open, so there is a bit of wait and you need to keep an eye on. If we talk about cost of living, New Zealand is consistently ranked as one of the best countries to live in. However, its natural beauty comes at a high price. The average household in New Zealand spends $4,000 to $6,000 a month, which is not so attractive. Phone or data will average cost you $90. A bit of pricey if I compare it to the countries I've been to, such as Canada, America. You cannot make a plan based on weather, because the weather is so changeable, and one of the basic necessity is you have to have a car. If you're planning to move to New Zealand or coming to New Zealand, you better be ready to get a New Zealand driver's license, because transport is not so great, and you will realize that you need a car as soon as you come to New Zealand. But quality of lifestyle in New Zealand is relatively good and a bit of more relaxed than other countries. No matter what part of the country you live in, you are never too far from beaches, bike trails, and national parks. You will always be surrounded by them. You're never far from Mother Nature. Life in New Zealand is quiet and relaxed. Even major cities are not heavily overpopulated. And if you live in countryside, your neighbor's home might be kilometers away. People living in New Zealand are so friendly and welcoming. Its fast-growing economy and low population density, the economic market is experiencing a bit of shortfall in skilled workers such as IT, healthcare. To fill these positions, New Zealand has relaxed its immigration rules and policies so they can welcome as many overseas skilled workers, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses. It's accessible healthcare. If you're a New Zealand citizen or a permanent resident, you have a full access to New Zealand healthcare and it's completely free. The fact that healthcare is free for its citizens and permanent residents, there is a long wait. And if we talk about crime, New Zealand has low crime rate. The reason behind is strict gun laws compared to the other countries. People living here generally are more kind, nicer, and less arrogant. Something that I really wanted to talk about is infrastructure. Infrastructure is not as great as other countries. Exploring country via train or bus is almost impossible. As an example, a train leaves from Auckland to Wellington generally once a day, very early, and it takes about 11 hours to reach to Wellington. And in comparison, traveling via car from Auckland to Wellington, it generally takes 8 hours. It is not only slow, but it is very expensive as well. A train ticket from Auckland to Wellington will cost you $165. And generally, if we compare that to United States dollars, it will be probably around $90 to $95. And I remember traveling from LAX to Vancouver, it only costed me $110. Just like every other country, house prices are really high. So are the rents, especially in the cities like Auckland, Wellington, and rents are constantly rising, and so is the mortgage payments because the house prices are rising. Average price of a home in Auckland is over $1 million. Have you ever watched The Lord of Rings and The Hobbit and admired the scenery? Yes, both of those movies were shot in New Zealand. New Zealand has one of the most diverse landscape in the world. New Zealand is directly positioned underneath a hole in the ozone layer. New Zealand is also the very first country to celebrate New Year. Okay, me Jatan signing off. I will see you in my next video. Lots of love.